Glute bridges or shoulder bridges are often included in yoga, Pilates, home exercise routines. I'm going to show you a few tips here to have a think about, go and explore and practice and see how you go. When you're starting with your glute bridge, you're going to be lying down on your back. To work your glutes, you want to have your heels tucked in a bit closer to your bum, so that to start with, perhaps your ankles are underneath your knees. What you find many people will do here is overwork the muscles of their back. They tend to arch through the ribs and they push up here. So there's a lot of scrunching through the upper body and a lot of the effort is actually coming from this part of me. So instead, if we're working through your shoulder bridges or your glute bridges as a Pilates style exercise, I'm going to cue you through that movement now. We're going to think of tilting the pelvis by using those deep lower abdominals. So picture your pubic bone coming towards your belly button. Really flattened the lower back into the floor here, and it's my abdominals that are holding me in this position. Without the knees flaring out to the side, I'm going to start to squeeze my glutes and peel up the spine one vertebrae at a time, so that here it's my glutes that are winching and lifting my hips up towards the ceiling here. I only want to go so far that my shoulders, my hips and my knees are in line. We don't want to push into the ribs here and start to overarch through the upper back. Keeping level like this means that it's really working the glutes and not your back muscles. When you roll down from here, you're trying to roll the spine in reverse, one vertebrae at a time. Coming down through that point here where everything is flat to the floor, abs are still working, glutes are still working, and then the final little tilt of your pelvis back to your neutral position. As you roll yourself up through the spine, taking care not to tighten your neck. Also here at the top, we don't want to let the knees splay. That tends to cause too much pressure through the lower back. We want that support and work through the inner thighs. Slowly rolling yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Another watch point is that we don't shrug up through the shoulders. So we tend to start to lift the shoulders as we push here, and particularly as we're working to come down, you'll tend to see this happening a little bit. Keeping the shoulders open requires much more work through the abdominals and the glutes. This exercise with Pilates is all about control. Rather than just pushing ourselves up repeatedly, really quickly, working the muscles of the back, we're going to take it nice and slowly, tilting the pelvis, using the abdominals, slowly peeling ourselves up just to a straight line, shoulders released, neck soft, rolling back down, really working on our core control. If you want to focus the work a little bit more into your hamstrings, just step your feet further away from you. All the same watch points as we roll ourselves up. And here you'll find that this will fire up your hamstrings a little more so than your glutes, and rolling back down. So you can do whichever version you want to, depending on which muscles you're trying to target. With your glute bridges, if you can do about 10 repetitions with good control in a row, you should really start to feel that work through your bum. Enjoy!